Please welcome the very talented Alan Prophet.
Well, thank you very much. Nice to be here. Looks like a lot more fun than my last job, actually. I sold hearing aids over the phone. A little while ago, made the trip from Miami to Los Angeles by car. I noticed driving across the country, no matter where you stop, there's going to be a Burger King or a McDonald's there. And I don't know how you guys feel about that, but with me, that's the kind of meal I eat when I can't get what I'm really looking for. I think they ought to change that slogan. You know, the one that goes, have it your way? I think they ought to change it to, eat it anyway. And what they don't tell you at McDonald's is that the real Big Mac attack takes place a half hour after. Tried a breakfast cereal this morning I never had before. Mueslix. Doesn't that sound like the German word for snot? And then they want you to pour milk on it. Is that just to find out what goes into stuff? I just found out they make Spam out of. Spit and ham. Had the meatloaf at Denny's. They told me it came with 2 vegetables. Turned out to be the waiter and the maitre d'. Could you explain it to them for me? Some nights I'm only funny on my right side. Lady I was going with had an interesting background. She was half Jewish and half Turkish. Jerk, is what she was. And she wouldn't sleep with me because I snore. So I went to this electronics store in the mall, and I got this little sound-activated electronic bracelet gizmo, and what it does, as soon as you start to snore, gives you a little electric jolt, and you shift positions, and it stops you from snoring, and it really worked, but it made me wet the bed. You know what happens when you mix water with electricity? Lady left me for a medical student who was studying to be a gynecologist. Deep down, I know he's only using her to cram for his finals. Actually, I'm kind of glad to be rid of her because she was really into kinky sex, you know? Used to come over my apartments and I was too sloppy, and she might be right about that. It's just the other day I cleaned my apartment, and you know what? I have a roommate. I've had the same eggs in my refrigerator so long now, the last time I opened the door, there was a cockfight going on in there. And I've got big roaches in that apartment, too. They're so big legally, I can't kill them. I gotta make it look like an accident. I don't need Raid, I need Sigourney Weaver. You want to vote on this stuff, or what? I don't care how much money you make, it's never enough. It's always a struggle, and everybody wants their money. I had a toothache, went in to see the guy, first words out of his mouth.
You got a dental plan?
I figured I'd give you a bad check today. I'm not real good with money. Last time I was at the mall, I put my bank card in the honor machine. It said, shame on you. Spit my card across the mall. Just changed my car insurance. I used to be with the Good Hands people, and now the company I'm with, their logo is... First thing you do when your car is stolen is you call the police, panic-stricken. Hello, officer, I've been robbed. Somebody stole my car. Send somebody over here right away. Cop said, what do you want us to do, genius? Come over, look at the empty space? I didn't think any idiot in his right mind would risk Grand Theft Auto for a '63 Nova. Police were able to catch the guy, though, because the car was putting out too much smoke. Day before, people in my rear-view mirror kept veering off into oncoming traffic. Ford Motor Company had so much success with that little car they put out, the Escort. Next year, they're coming out with a new model, the Prostitute. Now, gentlemen, right here in front of me, you're wearing glasses like I am. Are you nearsighted, farsighted, what? Farsighted. I'm nearsighted. See these? Made out of some kind of special plastic, so they can make them reasonably thin. Because if they made these out of real glass, they'd weigh more than a VCR. You know those glass bricks they use in Art Deco buildings? I see great through those. Lost a lot of weight recently. I'm real happy about that. Means I no longer have to buy my clothes at Sears from the section. went to see this doctor, and the man recognized me. As soon as I walked through the door, I walked in. He went, I know you. You're, I said, comedian. He said, yeah. He said, I saw you on, I said, television. He said, yeah. And he looked me over, he examined me. Some could give you some, I said, pills? He said, yeah. He said, take them every, I said, 4 hours? He said, yeah. You don't take speed every 4 hours. 8 o'clock in the morning, I left his office, took one at 8, took one at 12, took one at 4, took one at 8, 12 o'clock at night. I figured, well, I can't sleep anyway. Now, my brother comes in. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm standing in the kitchen. I got a paint roller in each hand. 2 cigarettes in my mouth. He said, what are you doing? I said, paint in the kitchen! He said, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, time for my pill. Did a couple of one-nighters around Florida recently. First one was in a city called DeLand. D-E-L-A-N-D. Walked out on stage and said, hey, it's nice to be here in DeLand. It's a lot nicer than DeWater. Skate Airlines, and I get to the airport, I look out, it's a little plane, 2 propellers, both on the same side. The side that was burning. And it's a little plane, only holds 10 people. You know, most planes like a cockpit, this one had a curtain. And they left it open. And we're just taking off for 50, 60 feet in the air, and I'm looking at the pilot. He's looking at one of the dials on the dashboard. He's going, come on. There's a seagull out in front of the plane going, pass me. I had to go to an ear, nose, and throat man. Did you people know there are ear doctors, nose doctors, throat doctors, gynecologists, proctologists, any place you got a hole, there's a guy who specializes in your hole. Makes an entire career out of that hole. And if the ear doctor, nose doctor, throat doctor, gynecologist, proctologist can't help you, he sends you to a surgeon. Why? So he can make a new hole. Doctors are obsessed with holes. That's why on their day off, they play golf.